In our today lesson, we are going to discuss about the C program structure. So first of all, let me check the attendance. I think we are all of us here. We are here. So we are supposed to be around 6, and I see here we are 6. So I'll proceed with my presentation. So let me share my screen. Okay, let me share my screen. Just a minute. Are you seeing my screen? Hello, please confirm. Can you see my screen?
Hello.
Let me share again. Yeah, it's visible now.
Now we can. Yeah.
So good. Let me proceed. I'm going to discuss about a C program structure. So we'll be able to discuss what a C program entail, or what are some of the components that a C program entail. So in this particular session, we'll have two main objectives. The first objective is to define what a program structure is, and then the second part will be able to discuss the various components of a C program. So let's first start by defining what a program structure is. So a program structure basically is the overall form of a program with a particular emphasis on the individual components of a program and the interrelationship between these components. So we are going to pay attention on each and every component that is included in the C program, and also we'll be able to see how do they interrelate so that to make the program to be executed, or the program execution becomes successful. So here I have a sample C program. So I'll go through this sample C program. We have #include stdio.h int main opening and closing bracket, then we have curly bracket, opening curly bracket, then my first program. I'm going to discuss about whatever is in that particular place, and then we'll be discussing about printf, and then hello world, what that statement mean, and then we have the return 0, and then the closing curly bracket. So let's start with the first component. So the first component here is what we call the preprocessor command. So in the preprocessor command, you are trying to tell the compiler that I want you to include this file before the actual compilation of the program. So in this case, you can be able to see that we have #include stdio. So #include is to tell that I want you to include this file. So this file basically is what we call the standard IO header file. So before the beginning of the compilation of a program, this file, standard IO, or standard input output, will be included. Now the second part here is what we call the function. A function basically is the main building block of a C program. So in every C program, there is always the main function. So in other words, you can say that this is where the program executions begin. So you can be able to see that in the main program, we have the int main. This means that the return type for this particular function is supposed to be an integer value. So we expect that after compilation of this program, you're going to expect an integer value at the end. Now, the next component is what we call the variable. So a variable are used to hold numbers, strings, and complex data for manipulation. Every time you want maybe to add maybe a number, a string, or a of a complex data, you need to have a variable declared in this particular program. Then we have number 4, which is what we call the statement and the expressions. So expression is made up of variables and constants to create new values, while statements are expressions, assignments, function calls, control flow statements, which make up the C program. So we have expressions and we have statements in this particular section. So when you're talking about expressions, then you're talking about the variables, you're talking about the constants, and you have already talked about the variables at the top there. And then when you're talking about the statements, this is where you have the assignment operations. We have the function declaration and function calls. Then we have also the control flow statements, whereby you'll be discussing about the select structure. We have the sequential structure. We have the iteration structure, or the for loop, and many other things. So they are going to be included in this component called statements and expressions. And then we want to discuss about also the comments. The comments are used to give additional useful information inside a C program. So you are trying to tell us that in this particular, in order for you maybe to give that program to somebody else and he can be able to understand what you have done, it is important for you to include the comments. So a comment will be able to guide somebody who is not a programmer, maybe or maybe is not a technical personnel, can be able to go through your program and understand. Or maybe in either maybe you want to do what you call maintenance of your program. Maybe you want somebody else to do that maintenance. You can be able to follow through what you have written in the comment section, and then it will be able to help him to do the maintenance of your program. Good. So those are some of the few areas, or the main areas of a C program. And unless there is any question, maybe you can ask if you have any question in that section. Okay, members, can you? Yes. Ask any question? Yes, Mr. Okech.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Mine is just a small concern.
Yes.
Apart from the hash include studio.h.
Yes.
Do we have any other preprocessors?
Yes, we have many preprocessors. We have conial.h. We have math.h. So when you are having math.h, this one will be able to add the math files to your program. And then we have many other header files that are there in the preprocessor command. It's not only stdio.h. Is it clear?
It's okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question? Good. So today we have been able to learn about the program structure, and then we have been able to go through the main components of our program structure. So can I ask maybe one of the class member to tell us what you have learned today? So Mike, are you here? Mike, can you tell us one component that you have been able to grasp? Mike? I think Mike is not available. We have Rosalind. Rosalind, can you tell us one component that you have learned today? Rosalind? Okay, Alex, can you tell us one component? Okay, Chi, can you tell us one component?
I've learned about the preprocessor directives or commands.
Okay.
And the int main, the main function.
Okay, that's good.
Program.
Okay, that's very good. Coril Bernard. Coril Bernard, can you tell us one component? Now, just to sum up, this one is your assignment, that make sure that you write a C program that will display your name. As you can be able to see here, we have been able to display a program that displays hello world. Now in this case, I want you to write a program that will display your name, and then I will be able to see that work in our next class. Thank you for listening.